Thanks for joining this short practice on Sraddha, on faith. And we're not talking about faith in some god or goddess. We're not talking about faith that is only external towards something else. We're also talking about faith and trust in yourself. So, in today's practice, I'm going to offer you small sequences that can hopefully help you feel, I got it. Towards the end of the year, we probably need a little bit of reassurance that we've got it. And if you are going to be building New Year's resolutions, please be compassionate, be calm, be generous with yourself, with giving yourself more time than maybe you think you need. So, with this practice, I hope you'll be able to come back to it again and again so it feels safe, supportive, and like you have it. All right, let's begin. We're going to start seated. So you can sit in any way you want. I'm going to sit on a blanket so it feels more comfortable for my low back. And there's also this sense of, oh, I can lift off. And just take a few moments to really settle here. Maybe soften your eyes if it feels good, or if you feel safe, you can close your eyes completely. If your hands are down on the legs, see if you could bring your thumb and index finger together. We're trying to get to our wisdom mudra, trying to see if we can also have that mudra kind of follow up on the idea of trust. Hands could be lifted towards the ceiling or down on your legs. And with this practice, I think more than ever, I encourage you to really listen to what you need. Even just this mudra, I offer it to you as an idea for this practice. But if whatever reason is, and you want to place your hands elsewhere, for example, on the body to feel your breath, it is your practice. You can do what feels good. And now settle in. Begin to hear the sounds that are around you. Focus on the touch of the ground, touch of your clothes. Feel the skin of the parts that are not covered by clothes. And if you're wearing glasses, even feel the glasses on your nose. Take a few moments to be with yourself with this intention that you trust yourself and that you trust that what is meant to come is coming. We can put trust in something else, but we must also know that we're trusting ourselves. And take a few moments here to really settle into this intention that you have in your mind. Maybe it's a little different than I trust. I'm actually going to encourage you to use the mantra, I can trust. I think it's a soft one. It allows you to feel, hey, I can. Sometimes it gets hard, but I can trust. And with that sensation, let's reach arms to the sides like you're trying to stretch open. And then go for a big self-hug. Feel kind of the warmth of your embrace. Feel that your body is here to support you. Body and mind are one. And sometimes it feels like they're being separated. So let's bring it all together today. And at the start of this practice, bring your palms to touch. And I encourage you to give a moment to really appreciate that you have this practice, that for whatever reason in your life, you found yoga and it can be with you. This idea of uniting, yoking together. And yeah, you can be focusing on the body, the breath, the mind, and having this trust that there is a path that just makes sense for you. So with Sraddha at heart and our idea, I can trust. Let's see if we can open arms again to the sides, stretch open far, maybe even arch your back. And then go for another self-hug, this time closing off. We're going to go for 5. So you're moving in your own rhythm. Nice. Try to feel like you can make more space to your shoulders and shoulder blades as you're moving through this. Nice. If you want to get a little bit more mindful about it, you might want to try and change which arm is on top each time so you're still focused on the movement. And then on the next one, we're going to keep the arms to the sides, spread them really, really far like you're trying to touch 2 sides of the room. And then you're going to be flexing and extending wrists simultaneously, but just changing which one goes where. You might feel a little bit of tingling. 3 out of 10 intensity is normal. We're looking for nerve flossing here. And then let's start moving the arms up and down as the wrists are still going. Quite again, normal that you might feel more tingling at certain levels. And then shake it off. All right, let's get started. We're going to begin kneeling, finding ourselves in tabletop position. You don't necessarily need to use a blanket, but for many of us, it feels just really nice to have that support. And we're trying to get to the position where you can feel supported. This will be quite a big theme for the practice. So feel the push of the ground away, feel your feet and knees in contact, and start to make very small circles over your wrists. It's almost invisible. Then go the opposite way. And as you're taking circles bigger and bigger in the next round, see if you can feel, hey, I'm pressing onto each finger and onto each side of my hand. Let's use this as a metaphor that we're not relying only on a tiny bit. We're trying to use as much of support system that we already have to feel that it is making sense. Whatever hardship is coming, you have that support system in you. Great. Pausing here for a second in the center, bringing just one palm the opposite way. Maybe move the fingers, the other hand. Oof, one of them feels really tight for me and sore. Great. And then we're going to go for Anahatasana, but we're not trying to actually Anahatasana in a, pumping way. We're trying to find more like Shishanasana. So Shishosana. We're trying to find more like a puppy that feels active. Shishosana. Looking down to the ground, pushing the ground away, feeling the length through your whole back. Take a couple breaths. There's no need to arch the back of the neck. See if you can look down. And then slide your torso forward. We're going to lay down. You could be using the blanket this time under your hips or middle of the belly in case that feels more comfortable. We're going for Sphinx. Pushing the ground away one more time. Active for your feet and glutes. And as you're pushing the ground, feel I can open my chest. I can feel really, really forward here, but I'm also supported almost fully on the ground. Either making fists to feel the ground away, pushing hands. Feel that your hands are also part of it. Taking a couple more breaths. Maybe you add movements of your neck. And we're going to create a little bit of warmth through the front and center body. So maybe arms are gonna slide a little more close to you. You will decide where you have to have them. Start pushing a lot into your knees, lifting the pelvis. Belly lifts off, and then we slide down again. We have 3 of those. Plank on the knees to Sphinx. And last one, we're gonna hold our upper position, push the ground away. Feel like there is a water fountain and you don't wanna get touched. And when you lay down one more time, slowly lower all the way to the belly. This time you want to have your head and hands supported together. Couple breaths as you're really, really feeling, hey, I got it. I am fully on the ground. There is support underneath me, and I can breathe. Last 2 breaths. Then as you push the ground away on the second one, you could go from either just Bhujangasana Cobra, or in any other way that feels good to push back through Balasana, Child's Pose, and then finally making it to your Adho Mukha Svanasana, Downward Facing Dog. Take a moment to feel, hey, I got it. I might want to move around. Maybe you move your blanket to the side. And then lifting the left leg away from the ground. You don't have to flip it super high, but just feel a little bit of a stretch. Then bending the knees, step the left foot forward, push the ground away. You could be using blocks here for the floor. And then rising up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Really nice and settled here. If you find, hey, it's kind of uneasy, it feels a little wobbly here, then you might want to take a moment to feel, maybe my feet are kind of like train tracks rather than the same line. All right, once we get there, taking a slow inhalation and a slow exhalation to feel, hey, I'm standing. And then let's start with movement of the arms. So we're going to be opening the arms like you're trying to receive, sure something as well, extending front leg. And when you're ready to exhale, bend the knee, bring palms to your body. Feel your nyasa, feel the self-touch here. 5 repetitions. Maybe you're engaging your Ujjayi breath through the back of your throat. And then we're going to lift the back foot, position the legs so that it feels like you can actually go forward without having to jump a lot. So you might want to scoop forward. And we're going to find our first balancing pose, Virabhadrasana 3. Maybe your arms are to the sides, maybe to your hips, maybe biceps by the ears if that feels okay, rather than just arms forward. Find the right way, and maybe the back foot lifts, only if it feels okay. Sliding the back foot on the floor or stepping forward, finding Utkatasana, chair pose. Really feel strength here. And then straightening the legs, making it up. Let's come to Tadasana, where we can really feel I am grounded, I'm supported like a mountain. There is this spreading through the floor, but I'm also lifting up, going, trusting. Looking for that state of sattva. I feel like Tadasana is one of those poses that can help us induce it. We do feel supported, we do feel strong, but we're also kind of light and able to reach high. Then slowly reaching arms all the way up. And you decide if you keep the arms up or if you bring them hands to heart. Utkatasana one more time, chair pose. Then from here, we're going to try to stay on the right leg, step the left leg behind you. Virabhadrasana 1, arms open, straight legs, and bending the front leg. Maybe each time you actually close arms almost for a hug. It's like a bow that you give yourself, remembering, I can trust. Or you have your own intention, that's also great. One more. And then back foot lifts. We lean forward, blocks or hands on floor. Step back to three-legged dog. Lift the right foot a little bit. And then both feet land on the ground. Once you get there, take a moment to feel again the feet. Paddle it out. Right knee drops to the floor. We open to side plank on the knee. So right foot lifts. Turn around 90 degrees. Again, option for block. I will actually catch a block for this one. Once you have the block, hand and knee are supported. Reach really far away, like you're, thank you. Reach really far away, like you're trying to make space to your side body. And then lift away, gate the other way. You don't want to necessarily go super, super deep. That's not the goal. The goal is to feel I can reach high. I can open up. Then as you lower the arm, lift the leg a little bit. Feel the glute on the outside. And then turn around back to your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And step forward to Uttanasana. When you're ready, lift all the way up, Hasta Uttanasana. And back, hands to heart, Samastitihi to Tadasana, mountain pose. Couple breaths. Breathing in, arms come up. When you're ready, go to Utkatasana, staying for 3 breaths, and I will actually change because I want to be facing you forward. On the 3rd breath, arms come down for Uttanasana. We just step back to down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then your left knee lands on the floor, left foot lifts, turn around, find your supported side plank. So from here, again, this feeling of lifting and lengthening through the whole side body, maybe even arm, bicep by the ear, push the ground away or the block. Your pelvis is trying to go forward. You're getting really, really nice and open here, and then pushing away from the floor the opposite way. Oh, feels so nice. Great. When your arms return back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the left leg. This time bend the knee, open the hip. Doesn't have to fly high. Lower down with control, change the legs. Right leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Come back down. Both knees land to the floor. And either you go for Ashtanga, so trying to go for all 8 points, or Chaturanga Dandasana on or off the knees until you land down. Come back to Sphinx, take a breath in, and breath out. Look forward if it feels okay for the neck. Feel that lifting from the chest. Active glutes, active feet. And when you're ready, maybe sliding the elbows back, we'll lift back to our low plank. We're going to go 2 more times. This is towards the end of our practice. One last time. And then when you're ready, come back. Anahatasana. This time you decide, do I want to stay active or do I want to pull my chest forward a little bit if there is space? It's only if it feels okay. I'm going to stay in the active version. In the passive one, it will be kind of falling forward a little bit more. 2 more breaths. Try not to clench your teeth or butt cheeks. And then when you're ready, starting to lift off from the ground, finding ourselves in seated position. Any way that feels good. Samavriti pranayama. We're going to try and match the inhale to be the same length as exhale, so you can focus your mind. And after 6 times, I encourage you to try 6 times of our mantra, I can trust, on every exhalation. Then we're going to get towards rest. One more thing is that you could be counting the number of breaths on your fingers. You have 3 little parts of each finger, so you could be breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and just moving with each breath until you reach 6. And then after 6, you go, and in your mind, I can trust. Inhale equals exhale. This way you can focus the mind. Remember, there's this privilege of being on video that you don't have to do the same length and nobody's going to be rushing you. When you finish your 6th one, you could do 6 more, breathing in normally. And on breath out in your mind, I trust or I can trust. I can trust. If it feels good to you, after 3 breaths, you could place one hand on the lower ribs and belly, the second hand on top of your chest, like you're trying to hold something here. Really, really hold yourself. And then again, you can repeat, breathing in, And breathing out, I can trust. And after that, when you're ready, we're going to get into our relaxing position on the floor. So I'm going to be making sure that my body feels nice and supported. I'll make a little support for my neck. My legs are going to get a bolster. You could take anything here to feel nice and grounded. Oh, lush. Somehow this just feels so amazing on the neck. And if you have any tendencies to feel low back pain, probably butt cheeks closer to the bolster will be a bit more comfortable. You might want to have an extra weight on top of your pelvis just to really feel, hey, I'm supported here. I got it, but this is absolutely optional. Arms can be anywhere that feels good. Maybe remove glasses if you wear them. And take a few moments to feel, I am supported. I know I am here. I can make it through. I trust that I can. And sometimes these are just words, but sometimes they're exactly the reminder you need to feel that you really can make it. And I really, really have faith in you. I believe that you can be and do what you want to do and how you want to be. And this inherent trust, Sraddha, that you have in you and your endeavors is what can help you find this kind of compass to go back to your path, to keep circling back and being like, hey, I got it. I know it can be really hard at times, but trust in yourself. You really have got it. And this is the last part of our practice. You could stay here for at least 5 to 8 minutes. I encourage you to stay longer. And either arms on the sides or on top of your body for Nyasa. I'm gonna tune out. Thanks so much for practicing with me. I hope you feel supported, grounded, and trusting.